talk to you about embracing your diversity. When leaders live together, how two strong personalities can thrive in marriage. One of the common things that we try to do is change our spouse, and we don't realize that you are looking through your own lens, and there's no human being that is going to fit through your lens who you think they should be in order for you to be fulfilled through them. First of all, your identity and your fulfillment shouldn't be in your spouse. It's in through Christ and Christ alone. And so when you look at your spouse, change your lens and look at him how God sees him. And God sees him very different than you are. That's why he brought you together. Larry uses a cute term. He says, when I zig, Devi zags. Well, we can have the very same goal in mind, and always he will approach it from a different direction than I will, but we'll end up in the same place. So if I can look at him and appreciate his diversity, the different perspective that he brings to a decision we may be making, rather than resenting it, trying to convince him and change him, we then can live in harmony. You see, unity is made of diversity, and we'll talk about that in a little more depth later, but appreciating the diversity is important. Let me use the example of the zigzag for a moment. I am a seamstress, and when I use the zigzag stitch, it actually binds and creates stronger the seam or the bonding of the two pieces of fabric than a straight single stitch does. So the zigzag is strengthening. That's the way diversity is in your marriage. The fact that you are different actually strengthens you as a couple in your bond of unity than if you were both the same. It would be like in music. If you just play a single note, it might be played an octave from one another. It's still the same value of tone, though it may be higher pitch, lower pitch. If you're just playing a C is a C, and there's no richness in having just the one tone. But when you take the diversity of the tones and you blend them together, it creates harmony. So appreciating your diversity will change you from trying to change your mate. And the truth is that it's absolutely impossible to change your mate to be like you. So don't even try. And if you notice that I'm referring to a little book here, and this book is a book Larry and I have written on when leaders live together, how two strong personalities can thrive in marriage. I want you to learn to laugh at yourself instead of resenting who you are, or laugh at your mate or your partner. It is easy to diffuse tension, and when you are trying to change one another, it will create tension, and each of you will form a position of power to convince. And the truth is, when you do that, you are working and pushing each other away. You're working opposite from one another. And once a person positions themselves in a power place to convince, the other one can diffuse that with humor. It's not that you're not taking them serious, you are lightening the environment. And in your mind, you can look at them when they are in a bit of a attack mode maybe, or a convincing mode with wanting to argue their point, to prove a point. It is at that moment that you can look at them and appreciate something positive about them, rather than seeing their red face, their open eyes, their stern countenance. You can diffuse it with humor, and in your mind think, oh my goodness, I love this man. Look at him. He's got a lot of emotion. There's a lot of fire about him. He means no harm right now. These are the things that you tell yourself. It's your diversity that I love about you. When you do that, you will then position yourself to be able to unite and to live in harmony. The two of you will make beautiful music together. Appreciate your differences.